I am your host, James Yoder. Is the Michigan Football Report by Chat Sports. We're going to dive into some of the latest stories around Michigan football. Talk a little bit of recruiting, a little transfer portal. We've got signing day in under a week. We're going to talk to you guys about all the things that we've got going on in and around this program. I mean, hell, this is the craziest month in Michigan football history. You've got the college football playoff coming up, Big Ten championship they just won, beat Ohio State, end of November, and on top of all that, you've got the transfer portal just going absolutely bonkers around all of college football. So guys, let me ask you a favor before we dive into all the news and rumors. If you can, like today's video. We're big numbers guys here at Chat Sports, the Michigan Football Report. We're computer guys, right? We're big computer guys. And we figured out the more likes you get, the more shows, the more people watch your show. And we are closing in on record number of likes. We set it up, had a huge Skype spike up in the 2021 season. A few of those shows, like the Ohio State game, etc. First time it happened. But even with this being a regular thing, winning titles, beating Ohio State, we are getting close to beating last year's like record for the season. So if we can we get your like on today's video? Get us towards that like. Hey, get a big like. YouTube, give us a little more cash. It's all those kind of things. So give me a like in this video if you want to support the show. All right, Jaden Davis. This story has been brewing for about a week, but now is absolutely confirmed. And I've always told you guys, I don't use any sources I have typically in and around Michigan to talk about recruiting because that's future me's problems recruiting. I always try and get the information on the team itself. So this one has been brewing, and now we've kind of talked about it. I told you last Friday was the day. I've told you this for about 3 or 4 weeks. If Jaden Davis didn't commit by last Friday, something's up. And it came and went, and that's certainly the case. He is not only going to not commit last Friday, his self-proclaimed, commitment, which was in the month of December before New Year's, has been pushed back. He will commit to somewhere in January, is what he is saying. And I think this is a bad sign, right? Michigan still may end up with the 2024 five-star quarterback, but Michigan's eggs, they're all in the Davis basket. They didn't take a high level. And forgive me, Alex Orji and the other quarterback they took last year. I apologize. I don't have the roster in front of me. A high-level quarterback is a top 60 guy, top 70 guy overall, top 100 guy at worst. Michigan should be getting one of those every other class at worst. And maybe you fill in the gap with your 3-star here or there. But you've got J.J. McCarthy coming up. Next year in 2023, J.J. McCarthy will be a junior, and Jaden Davis will be a senior in high school. If McCarthy leaves after 2023, if he's got NFL potential, like I think a lot of us believe that he does, he certainly has NFL talent, what happens to Michigan's quarterback situation in 2024? If they don't get Jaden Davis, I think it's panic time. Even if they do get Jaden Davis, I still think they've managed this quarterback situation a little weird. And it might not be a situation where Michigan has to take a 1-year flyer on a guy in 2024 that's like, lost his starting job somewhere else, or as a quarterback at Toledo wants to pop up to Michigan for a year. People say Davis Warren, okay, cool, but I don't like the fact that Michigan will go 3 straight recruiting classes potentially if Jaden Davis doesn't come to Michigan without a high-level, championship-level quarterback in the class. It seems to me like name, image, and likeness is becoming the biggest factor here, because if not, why hasn't he committed elsewhere? Why hasn't he committed to Michigan now? Who else was after Jaden Davis? Clemson, Georgia, LSU. All of those schools have gotten multiple quarterback commitments, 2023 guys and 2024 guys as well, in the last 5-6 months. And so maybe just by process of elimination, they tried to push all their tips on Jaden Davis. At least a couple of them did. He didn't commit to them. They got the vibe he was going to Michigan, so they moved on to other prospects. So now what is he waiting for? NIL. I think when you see tweets out there from other, media people, schools are saying different things, and he's saying, well, 5-star quarterbacks are getting $1 million, $2 million. Well, what's Michigan giving me? Well, nothing, but if you come here and you're a starter, you could get something. I think that's the way it should be done. That's name, image, and likeness. But unfortunately, that's not the way it is happening today. So NIL, I think Michigan still kind of has their head up their butt with it. And if it's the biggest factor here with Jaden Davis, there's a chance he might end up with Michigan, which seems like a crazy scenario to happen. But we'll see what happens. I ask you guys the question, will Michigan land Jaden Davis? I just want you to comment one of 2 words, yes or no. I don't know if I have the answer here. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Stay optimistic. It's been doing us good here. I stay optimistic. I was a pessimistic guy in 2019. What happened? They lost to Ohio State. 2020, COVID year, doesn't matter. Optimistic guy all of 2021, 2022. Big Ten titles, everything like that. So I'm saying yes. Let me know what you guys think. I've got 50-50 in the live chat. Jeff, no. Julian, yes. Rob, yes. Bill, yes. Bohannon, no. Rock City, got you on the helmet, my guy. Got you on the helmet. Don't forget. He says no as well. Iceman Comp says yes. So a bunch of votes coming in the live chat. Comment down below if you're watching this on demand. Let me know what you think, yes or no. One player I do believe Michigan will get here, training to get, and he has made a decision on his announcement date, and that is Jyaire Hill. The four-star cornerback down to Michigan and Illinois is what it seems. Those are his final two. He is going to announce at the end of the day on signing day, 4 p.m. Eastern his time in the state of Illinois, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. So we won't know about him until really the end of the day. Will it impact Michigan's 2023 recruiting class rankings? We're not going to know till the end of the day, but I think it's a pretty good – I don't think it's that – the sign that he's announcing committing, I don't think that really matters that much, but I am feeling good. Every rumor out there, et cetera, says that he's going towards Michigan, and it was a Michigan-Illinois battle. Well, guess what? The defensive coordinator that he was really attracted to at Illinois is now the head coach at Purdue. So unless Purdue makes a last-minute jump at him with 6 days from now, 5 or 6 days from now, and gets him to come to their school, I think he is Michigan's for the taking and is absolutely a position of need. I think he can make a big impact on the field as early as next year. So keep an eye out for that one. The number 194 player overall in the country, Jyaire Hill, making a decision 5 o'clock next week. Folks, we are presented by the Fetch app, the free app that allows you to scan your receipts and earn points that can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite stores, restaurants, and online retailers. It's super easy to use. To use the app, just snap a photo of your receipts from purchases from any store, or you click the e-receipt option in the app, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account, and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you get from Uber, Instacart, or any purchase you make online. Those points can then be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. Fetch is available for iPhone and Android. Use our link. It's right there at the screen. You see the promo code CHAT, chatsports.com/Fetch. Promo code is CHAT, C-H-A-T, at sign up, and you will get 5,000 bonus points when you scan your first receipt. Folks, that's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started. It's a free app, and the 5,000 bonus points are only available for a limited time. So get started now, chatsports.com/Fetch, chatsports.com/Fetch. Bottom of the screen, you see the link, also in the comments and description. Use promo code CHAT, C-H-A-T, and you will get 5,000 bonus points only for a limited time. Now, don't wait. I have gotten $60 in free gift cards just by downloading the free Fetch app, connecting my Amazon account, and scanning my receipts at the grocery store, chatsports.com/Fetch. Support the show. Get the 5,000 bonus points using promo code CHAT. All right, folks, let's talk portal transfer. I am your host, James Yoder. It is the Michigan Harbaugh for this Michigan football team. 10 days in now. We're now 10-plus days in now, and Michigan has landed a top-tier offensive lineman and a top-tier linebacker, right? Okay, great. Now, the current portal focus is cornerback and running back. 2 reasons for that. Cornerback, I think it's pretty clear that Will Johnson might be the only returning starter from the core outside cornerbacks at this point. And then running back to be the, Robin to Diamond Edwards Batman in 2023. The other position that Michigan's going after is 1-year depth at quarterback and tight end. What does 1-year depth mean? It's a guy who's played 3, 4, 5 potential years because of COVID year somewhere else and is looking for a shot but doesn't expect to be the starter, right? Michigan is well positioned with Colson Loveland and J.J. McCarthy as starters. Now, my assumption, though, by stating cornerback is the biggest position of need right now, one of them that Michigan's focused on, is because the general thought right now is that DJ Turner thinks he has an NFL future, and Gemon Green is going to strike while the iron's hot with the kind of big-time resurgence season he has this year. Last year in 2021, he was a starter early, lost his starting job to DJ Turner, right, in the middle of the season, and now Green is at a hell of a turnaround season. He spent 5 years at Michigan. Could he jump to the NFL draft, put the things on film he did this year, and get drafted in the 5th round, 4th round? It's possible. I'm not saying he will. He could be a victim of being undrafted, but nevertheless, I don't think his stock's going to get any higher. So the expectation of me is that at least one of Turner and Green will leave, but I would say, if I was a betting man, that both of them will be gone and on from the program after this season. So who's Michigan targeting? There are 3 names that pretty much every school in the country wants when it comes to cornerbacks, and Michigan is going heavily after all 3. Now, Tony Grimes, I think, is much like Josiah Stewart from Coastal Carolina. Might come down to USC-Michigan transfer portal battle. He was a former top 20 player overall, 5-star cornerback in the 2020 class. He's visiting Virginia Tech, Texas A&M, and USC this week. Now, what's happening is that transfer portal guys are still under the same rules as recruits. So after this weekend, there is a dead period for transfer portal guys. They won't be able to take visits until after the new year. So after the new year, the expectation is that he visits Georgia, Michigan. Where else is the other school there? Georgia, Michigan, and who is it? Oh, Georgia, Michigan. After the new year. Penn State, Georgia, and Michigan. That's right. Michigan recruited him heavily. He has a good relationship with not a ton of Michigan staff, but Jim Harbaugh in particular recruited him heavily in 2018, 2019, going up to his signing day in kind of February of 2020, December of 2019. He is a top target for Michigan at the cornerback position. His teammate, though, Storm Duck, pretty dang good player, but I'm actually pretty interested in what's going on at North Carolina in a lot of ways because they had one of the worst pass defenses in America, and you've got 2 very high-level players, Tony Grimes and Storm Duck. 3 of their 5 starters in the secondary are transferring with eligibility elsewhere, and they have all in 8 players, safety or cornerback, in the secondary in the transfer portal, does North Carolina. Now, Fentrell Cypress, he is probably the top or one of the top 2 or 3 guys at any position out of Virginia's second-team All-ACC. I don't necessarily hold on any dreams that Michigan's going to get him at this time, but they're certainly putting their best foot forward. If Michigan gets one of those 3 guys, celebrate, pop champagne, confetti, because they are an instant starter next year next to Will Johnson, and with DJ Turner, G-Mon Green probably leaving, I think it's exactly what this program needs. I want to take your gauge your interest because we have done about 1 or 2 or maybe like a half and a half show of transfer portal news over the past 10 days. I think it's like our 3rd show, kind of focusing nearly exclusively on the transfer portal and recruiting. So what's your interest in the transfer portal so far? If you're not aware, we've talked about it, but I'll give you the scoop. December 5th, for 45 days, players have the opportunity to enter the portal and kind of take visits that are paid for by school. And then after that, they can't enter the transfer portal again until after the semester. You get another 45-day window after spring football, after the spring semester. What is your interest in the transfer portal so far? Give me on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 the lowest, 10 the highest. If we get a ton more in 8, 9s, and 10s than 1s, 2s, and 3s, we'll do more news and rumors and information on the transfer portal, so let me know 1 through 10. Michigan's going to have an open practice on Saturday. It's at Glick Fieldhouse, which is Michigan's practice facility. A big old, beautiful indoor-outdoor practice facility, followed by a name, image, and likeness event, which the details are still a little murky on what it is, autographs and everything like that going there. No video and photo, and I kind of dug in this a little deeper. The, expectation is they're going to make you seal your phone in a plastic bag coming in, and doors open at 3:15, but attendance is limited to 200 people. It's a free event, 200 people. This, folks, this is a cool idea. It really is, but honestly, it makes no sense. 200 people, free event, last practice for the team before they head out, or the only practice publicly, but I think it's the last practice they're going to have at Michigan. They're going to head down to Phoenix, a week and a half or so early. Free event for the public. Glick Fieldhouse, no cell phones, no videos. 200 people? Tell me how this makes any sense. What are we doing? So you're going to say Michigan football with the top 4 fan base and total fans in all of college football. You're going to host an open practice where I can go watch the team play. I can't take any videos on it. I can't take it on my iPhone. I can't tell anybody I'm there. And then I'm going to wait in line? I mean, what are we doing? And then do you let 200 people there? You know how if you told people you get a free practice for an undefeated Big Ten championship team that has a decent chance, a 25% chance at least to win the national title, that you only have 200 people out? What is the point? Why not just sell tickets? Why not just sell tickets for like $500 a piece? You probably get that money. Donate to the players for NIL or something like that. This is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard of in my life. You get a open practice. You get to watch the Big Ten championship 13-0 Michigan football team. Yeah, we're only got 200 people in. You can't take any pictures of yourself. It seems like, I'm telling you, this seems like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. It'd be like, I don't know, who's the biggest celebrity? Taylor Swift's holding a concert in your hometown. It's free. But It's at Billy's house, and it's like the first 9 people who you show up at his driveway, get in, get to sit around and listen to Kumbaya in the backyard. Everybody else gets to waste their entire afternoon waiting in line for 3 hours. They're out of there. So weird idea. I've never heard anything like this where you host a free event for one of the 2 or 3 most popular college football teams in America and say, nobody can take pictures. First 200 people get in. What? Okay, that's it. All right, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 25,000 subscribers. I've got like 400 subscribers just since Monday, so you guys are really helping us push the number towards 25,000. It's a huge milestone for a YouTube channel, so really appreciate it. It's youtube.com/chatsports. If you enjoy the show, send that link to a friend. YouTube.com. What did I say? Oh, it said Michigan TV. I'm sorry. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. We need 388 more subscribers to get to 25,000. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. All right, a 3-time Pro Bowl tight end has praised Jim Harbaugh, and I don't know how much information this is really directly on the program, but I thought in the grand scheme of things, I'll kind of show you what he said and then just give you my take on it. So, Delanie Walker, longtime NFL player, 14-year NFL veteran, 3-time Pro Bowl tight end, was on Bussin' with the Boys, Taylor Lewan's podcast with Will Compton, who's another NFL player. They're asking him about Jim Harbaugh. He played for Harbaugh for 2 years in San Francisco. Then they said, do you think he's going back to the NFL? Do you think he's going back to the NFL? First off, he said, he ain't leaving, obviously Michigan. And we're kind of paraphrasing here, this is the best quotes, but at the end of his talk on Harbaugh, he said, he's the best coach ever. Not the best coach I ever. He said, Jim Harbaugh, the best coach ever. I love Jim. And he went on and on about all the crazy things I think a lot of people have heard, antics that Harbaugh did. But he's like, Harbaugh came in, and we had a lot of players at the 49ers that were making a lot of big money, and he talked about on the podcast how after every 49ers game, they'd have 3 or 4 buses waiting out for them, and the veterans and the team would pay for it. They just go party all night long. Harbaugh put an end to all that, and he told the players in his first couple weeks of practice, he said, my job right now is to light a fire in the grass. Why do I want to light a fire in the grass? So I can see who the snakes are. I want to see the snakes and get rid of all of them. And he said he set the tone. He said Harbaugh is like the most hard-nosed coach ever. And if you are a player who wants success and wants to have the best of your ability, he talked about how he brought in undrafted players on Stanford just to be on the practice squad, just so they could show the superstar NFL players how to work hard like Harbaugh wanted. So it was a pretty good interview there. Delanie Walker on Bussin' with the Boys, talking about for about 8-10 minutes about Jim Harbaugh and just all the crazy antics from San Francisco when he played for him for 2 seasons. But how about this, though? What a perception change for Jim Harbaugh in the last not even 2 years. I mean, hell, it's really just in the past 13 months, probably by the October of 2021 till now. It's a complete 180. What were people saying about Jim Harbaugh October of 2021? A year and 2 months ago, right? They were saying he can't win the big one. He's awkward. He's never going to win big at Michigan. He's never going to beat Ohio State. The pros don't even want him. Michigan should fire him. He can't win a game against a road team. He has the worst offense. He's got a boring offense. His defense is falling apart. Don Brown's a bum. Michigan's falling behind the times. Now they can't recruit. I mean, that was what's being saying last year by everyone, not just Michigan football fans, not just Ohio State fans, everyone across the football landscape, pro, college, fans, whoever it was, radio shows, YouTube shows. And the last 2 years, all of a sudden, Brett, as producer, you don't have to chime in on the mic. You can tell me, have you heard a negative thing about Jim Harbaugh in the last year? I mean, maybe outside of looking for an NFL job?
Sky high right now.
Perception change is unbelievable, right? Now I'm thinking, it's like, I saw this CBS Sports podcast the other day with the NFL scouts, recruiting guys. He said, Michigan is player development U by a long shot. Michigan's got the best offensive line in the country for 2 straight years. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
You said Don Brown. He got rid of everybody.
Yep.
Remember, the coaching staff changes from 20 to 21.
Yep.
It's like, what is he doing? He's got all these young guys.
Yep.
Great hires. All around.
Yeah, great hires. I mean, he took a coaching staff, and I have to look back at the numbers, where I think your average age in the 2020 and 2019 season was something like 49.5 years old. He had a 66-year-old defensive coordinator, all that different stuff. And then remember, he hired a bunch of 29 to 36-year-olds after the 2020 season, and one of them is now a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and Sherrone Moore is a hot coaching candidate, and Mike Hart's proven to be great. Josh Geddes, thankfully, moved on. And who came in? Matt Weiss. I mean, that is what Brett said there is exactly it. And it's one of the great perception changes, I think, in sports history, where you go from this guy's quirky, this guy is so awkward. He's past his prime. He's never going to get done, to now it's just all-out praise. Michigan's the best program other than Georgia over the last 2 years, all this different stuff. Everyone's loving him. Tons of credit to Jim Harbaugh. There was well documented. He said, I'm betting on myself by taking this pay cut, and boy, has it paid off for him. He's gotten $2.5 million just since Thanksgiving in bonuses this year. $10 million is what he made in the 2022 season, and he gets to make another $1 million by beating either Georgia or Ohio State in the national championship game. What a turnaround, 180-degree perception, one of the great reputational changes in modern celebrity history. Jim Harbaugh, congrats to you for the last 2 years. If you love Jim Harbaugh, comment me. Let me know. Show some love. I'm going to tweet this video at Tim. I'm going to say, Jim, check out how much love you're getting from other people. So go ahead and comment me or live chat me if you're watching on our Thursday live show. I'm going to type it because I remember back. I fired Harbaugh in my mind after the Indiana game in 2020. I said, thank you, Jim Harbaugh. Thank you for turning Michigan around. Thank you for taking over for Brady Hoke. Thank you for doing this, that, and the other. But now's the time for you to go, and boy, was I wrong. So comment me if you love Jim Harbaugh. All right, guys, Wednesday we will be live. Time to be determined. I'm kind of leaning towards later in the day since Jyaire Hill will announce at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's 4 o'clock Central. I'll put it out in the next few days. I'll put it on the channel here, and then I will tweet it out as well. Live Wednesday. We've been doing Thursday for the last few weeks. We're going to switch to Wednesday next week because of signing day. So make sure you mark your calendars. Keep up with us. Join us live for our next show on signing day.